Hello guys, welcome to the video. Today I'll be ranking every NFL offense number 32 to number 1. So let's get started, but before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the new videos coming up, and we will get started. So number 32, the Washington football team. So Terry McLaurin has shown signs of greatness in his first few years, but unfortunately running back Darius Geis was recently in some trouble with the law, so I think this is going to hurt their team for sure, and the Washington football team will have an abysmal offense like they did the last few years, especially since they used their draft pick on number 2 overall to get Chase Young. He is a defensive player. He's a great defensive player, but that does not help their offense at all. So, definitely the football team, the Washington football team will be number 32. Number 31, Miami Dolphins. They did draft very well. I think Tua could be a very good player. But Ryan Fitzpatrick does have the starting job locked up for at least week 1 if he returns after the death of his mother. So I think that definitely they could have a good team. Devontae Parker's a good receiver. I think Preston Williams is one of the best players in this in the league. He's one of the best players on that team. Not in the league. He does have a very good frame. I think he's due for a breakout year. Definitely, they could have a good offense, but for now, they're definitely number 31. Number 30, Jacksonville Jaguars. So Gardner Minshew is just not my favorite quarterback. He is a fan favorite, but he definitely is not performing to the best he can. He does have receivers D.D. Westbrook and DJ Chark. Which DJ Chark could have a very good year. Leonard Fournette also is in a contract year not a contract year, this is a decisive year for him for his future in the NFL. So I think that they're not going to have a great offense this year. It's number 30. Number 29, the Indianapolis Colts. Jacoby Brissett, I don't think he's a great quarterback, so they replaced him with Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers has been horrible the last few years. He made the Pro Bowl somehow, but his decision making is very poor. He has a lot of turnovers. I think that's definitely not what they need in Indianapolis. He does have tight end Jack Doyle, Pro Bowl tight end. They did lose Eric Ebron, which hurts a lot. But T.Y. Hilton and Jack Doyle will be receiving the ball, and Michael Pittman, recent draft pick. So I feel like they could have a good year, but probably not. They're going to be a 29th in the league. So number 28. This is going to surprise a lot of people. The Texans. I think if their running game with David Johnson is underwhelming, I don't see him having a great year. Deshaun Watson lost his main weapon in DeAndre Hopkins. He was also due for a very good year. Unfortunately, that's going to hurt their offense tremendously. I don't think they only have one receiver who's basically returning from last year, except for Kenny Stills. We'll see what Kenny Stills does. He was in jail for a little bit. He got arrested. But I think that Will Fuller, if he can step up, this offense can take a tremendous leap. But if not, which I think is likely, it's going to really hurt them, and they're going to have a poor year. Their defense might make up for it with J.J. Watt. A healthy J.J. Watt's very good, very dangerous. But on offense this year, I just don't think they're a very good team. Deshaun Watson might underperform, I think. And at 27, the Chicago Bears. Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles are fighting for a job right now. As I'm recording this video, there is no starter announced. And I just don't think that their team is very good. David Montgomery went down with an injury. So that means Tariq Cohen is going to be starting week 1, unless he can bounce back miraculously. But I think that the thing that's depending on this team is the quarterback play. So Nick Foles had a poor year last year, eventually getting benched for Gardner Minshew. But we'll see if he can beat out Mitch Trubisky, who also had a very poor 2019 campaign. I don't think they're too happy with him in Chicago, and this is basically his deciding year. And I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a very good year in Chicago. Next team, Oakland Raiders. Not Oakland Raiders. The Vegas Raiders. They were just relocated to play in Las Vegas. This is a very weird year for relocation. You can't really get a feel for how well the community is behind you. This is Las Vegas' only team, and I think that I think they're going to have a lot of support for their team still, but I'm not sure how well the team is going to play. I think Josh Jacobs is a very good running back. Derek Carr, I don't think is the answer. He is not. He doesn't take many risks. He does a lot of checkdowns, and eventually you have to throw the deep ball. You have to take a risk, and that's how you're going to win a football game. So I just don't think it's going to be many wins. They did. John Gruden is a mastermind coach, so anything could happen. But for now, they're definitely at number 26. Number 25, we have the New York Jets. So the Jets, Sam Darnold, I think, can definitely play well. So can Le'Veon Bell, but I think he's being held down. They did lose Robbie Anderson, which is one of their great receivers. He went to Carolina, so I think it definitely takes a hit on the offense. We'll see how the rest of the team can play, but I don't think it's going to be very good. Number 24, the Bengals. They have rookie quarterback Joe Burrow. He is the starter. He did play horribly in a scrimmage, but that is just a scrimmage. He does have A.J. Green and Tyler Boyd, but for now, I think they're definitely at number 24. Number 23, the Giants. The Giants' offense is basically just Saquon. They do have Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram, which are very good targets. Darius Slayton's also very good. Well, it kind of depends on the quarterback play of Daniel Jones. He does have a fumbling problem, so if he can get that in check, then maybe they'll have a good offense. But for now, 23. Number 22, the Chargers. So there's not much to be said about the Chargers. I don't think they're going to have an excellent year. They do have Keenan Allen, who could be very good. Herbert could be very good. I do think that Herbert's a very good quarterback. I think he can excel in the NFL. Mike Williams, he is hurt right now, but I think he could have a good year. He's been also very underwhelming these last few years. He did have a game last year where he played very well, but I don't think it's going to be the norm. So number 21, the Rams. So they lost their running back in Todd Gurley, so their backfield is a little bit shaky right now. Jared Goff was very bad recently, and that's about it. Robert Woods is good, Cooper Kupp is good, but it just depends on how well Jared Goff can play. Number 20, the Titans. Tennessee Titans, also known as the Derrick Henrys. Literally, it's Derrick Henry against all. Tannehill got signed to a huge deal, but they don't pass the ball very much. A.J. Brown's a good receiver, but Derrick Henry's a better running back. Derrick Henry will definitely be used a lot. He's going to be the workhorse. I don't know why they just don't rename this team the Derrick Henrys, because he is going to be getting, I'd say, like a huge chunk of this. He's going to get so many touches. He's going to get most of the snaps. I think it's definitely going to be a Derrick Henry ball game, and that's why their offense is ranked a little bit lower. But I think that's reasonable because he's going to get tired. Number 18, the Cleveland Browns. So this is probably a little bit high for the Browns. But I think that definitely Nick Chubb is a great running back. They have a backup in Kareem Hunt, who's also a great running back if he could stay. If he can have good off-the-field behavior. They have one of the best top-tier receivers in the league in Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. They're both due for a very good year, I think, especially Odell. They could have a good team. Number 17, the Falcons. This is also a little bit low, I think, for the Falcons. The Falcons, I think, could definitely be higher. But I just am not sold on Todd Gurley this year. He could be good. Calvin Ridley and Hayden Hurst and Julio Jones are both pretty good. Julio is getting older. Matt Ryan, I think, is the X factor because if he can feed them the ball well, they could be a playoff team. The only thing I'm going to say is that they're in a very hard division with Tampa Bay and New Orleans, so that could definitely hurt their play. But I think that they can for sure be a very good team offensively. But they are in a hard division, so we'll see what happens there. Next game, the Patriots. The Patriots lost their franchise quarterback in Tom Brady, so Cam Newton is taking over. I think Cam Newton could either be a huge hit or a huge miss. Depends on how well he can fit into the system. It is a brand new system for him. So I'm going to say that New England is definitely going to have a pretty average offense. 15, Pittsburgh Steelers. This is also probably a little bit low for the Steelers, but I just don't think that they're going to survive in that division very well. The Pittsburgh Steelers, their quarterback Ben Roethlisberger was injured last season. He did recover, but I think he's going to be a little bit rusty, starting off a little weak. Their team is very young. He has not played with many of them. He no longer has his main man, Antonio Brown. He is a mess, and I think it's basically just going to come down to how well they can play week to week. It's not going to be, so that means taking out Ben Roethlisberger and putting in Mason Rudolph. That might have to happen, but I'm not sure. Number 14, the Eagles. So the Eagles can have a very good year if Carson Wentz can stay healthy. Miles Sanders is a great running back. The receiving core is not the best receiving core, but I think that their running game is very strong. Carson Wentz is a good player. I think we could have a pretty average offense too. Number 13, the Vikings. They lost Stephon Diggs to Buffalo. Adam Thielen, still a great receiver. I have a lot of faith in Adam Thielen to be a great player. Kirk Cousins, if he can have a very good year, get the ball, distribute the ball. They do have a rookie, Justin Jefferson. I feel like that was a very good pick for them. Kyle Rudolph, a serviceable tight end. So I think the Vikings are a pretty good offense. Number 12, the 49ers. I have not have much faith in Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that they're definitely a rushing offense, as they showed last year. Raheem Mostert is in fact staying after requesting a trade. He's going to be staying in San Francisco. He has been a very good running back for them, and I think that between him and Tevin Coleman splitting reps, they're going to have an excellent season. So, number 11, the Packers. So, the Packers, the receiving core is abysmal. They lost Randall Cobb a few years ago, so it's pretty much Alan Lazard, MVS sometimes, and Devontae Adams. So Devontae Adams is a workhorse. He's going to have a lot of touches on the football. I think there's going to be a lot of targets in store for him, probably, I'd say in the 150 range or 160. Aaron Rodgers is not too happy there, and Aaron Gordon is a very good running back, but I'm not sure how their lack of receiving receivers is going to affect their offense. So for now, I'm going to say 11 is the Packers' position for offense. Number 10, I've been banking on this team all year. I think they're going to be very good. The Denver Broncos. So they have one of the best receiving corps in the league. Definitely top 5 between Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy and Deshaun Hamilton. Their quarterback, Drew Lock, is a huge X factor for this team. I said Drew Lock is going to be a 4,000-yard quarterback, 40 touchdowns. I have a lot of faith in him. They just signed Melvin Gordon, who can become a more receiving running back. He didn't have that role as much in with the Chargers, but I think definitely he will adapt to that in Denver. So, next, we have the Buffalo Bills. I have said the Buffalo Bills are a great team. Josh Allen definitely is a pretty proven quarterback as long as he can improve on last year. He had a pretty good year last year, but I think this could be definitely a big year for him. I'm going to say that Stephon Diggs also has a very good year. So that team, I think that team's pretty squared away. Devin Singletary can have a good year. I think they did well in the draft with Zach Moss. So we'll see how that pans out. Number 8, Detroit Lions. So the Detroit Lions have not been a very good franchise, but I think Matthew Stafford's going to have a great year as long as he can stay healthy. He does have an issue with staying healthy. Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, both excellent receivers. TJ Hawkinson will have a very good year. I think they did very well in the draft with running back DeAndre Swift. Kerryon Johnson's a good running back. That is going to be a good offense. As long as they're a healthy team, I think that they could be a playoff team. They are going to have to be in a very tough division with Green Bay and Minnesota. But nonetheless, I think that they're definitely going to have a good year. Next team, Arizona Cardinals. I think they can be a sneaky team, kind of slip into the playoffs. They have Kyler Murray in his second year. I think he's going to have a very good year this year. He has a dual threat, which is very hard for defenses. They have Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, and DeAndre Hopkins as the receivers, which I think is an elite 3 group. And that's the difference between the best teams and the good teams. And Arizona definitely is going to be a good team. So Arizona has a very good offense. Arizona is going to do well. Next team, the Saints. So the Saints also, they have a very good offense. Michael Thomas, good receiver. Drew Brees is a good quarterback. Alvin Kamara, I think, is due for a breakout year after an underwhelming 2019 campaign. I think that with the arm ability in Drew Brees and the receiving core, they can definitely have a very good year. It's a mystery how they haven't won a Super Bowl or gotten to a Super Bowl. It's just been a series of flukes, such as the Minnesota Miracle, Greg Zuerlein booting that field goal to send them to the Super Bowl. I just think that the Saints are definitely going to have a good year. 5, the Seahawks. So the Seahawks are a good offense. Chris Carson could have a very good year, I think. Russell Wilson never disappoints us. Russell Wilson is always a good quarterback. I think that Russell Wilson will throw for 4,000 yards again. But I think they always have good offense. Pete Carroll is a mastermind coach. That's why they're number 5. Number 4, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not biased. They're just a very good offense. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, superstar receivers. Gronkowski at the tight end. He's a big X factor for the team. Their running game is very weak with starting running back Ronald Jones and LaShawn McCoy. But I think that their passing game will make up for it. We'll see how Bruce Arians can incorporate a tight end if that'll happen, but I think it definitely will. So the Bucs are number 4 offense. Number 3, the Ravens. So this might be a little low, but the Ravens have a very, very talented offense. Lamar Jackson, obviously one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league, possibly ever. He had a great 2019 campaign. Fortunately, they lost in the playoffs, but I think that they've only improved their team. Marquise Brown, definitely reliable, definitely great. Marquise Brown definitely going to have a good year. And Mark Andrews is a good tight end. So next, Kansas City, Super Bowl champions. Patrick Mahomes, great quarterback. Tyreek Hill, Demarcus Robinson, all of them, they're great receivers. Mecole Hardman's good. Damian Williams, they're all very good players. There's no reason why they won't have a superstar year. And I think they can make another deep playoff run. Next, the first best team in the league. The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys on the offensive side of the ball are incredible. Ezekiel Elliott is a great player. Dak Prescott's in a contract year. He just got signed for a 1-year deal. Surprised he turned down the 40-year deal, but whatever. I'm sure he'll get re-signed for a lot of money after this year. They do have the best receiving core in the league between CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. I think they're all three going to have great years. This is CeeDee Lamb's rookie year. I think he was a steal for them at their position in the draft, and definitely the Cowboys have a great year. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below if you have anything else to add, and I'll see you guys in the next one.